So Steve, you were born and bred into a racing family. Were you destined for a career as a trainer?
Yeah, look, definitely, from a young age, obviously, Dad was a trainer in Townsville, and, I always worked with the horses as I was growing up, and it was definitely something that sort of, I got the bug for. And look, I started university, but definitely my focus was with the horses, so, that's a path that I ended up pursuing.
Yeah, right. You were well travelled in your early days before returning to North Queensland to take over from Dad. What led to the move to Brisbane to continue the operation down here?
Yeah, look, it only sort of happened by chance. The plan was we had sort of 5 horses we brought down, and just with the idea of campaigning sort of through the summer when it was sort of too hot in Townsville. So obviously had good success with those horses that we brought down, and made the decision after that couple of months that we were staying down here that we'd make the move more permanent, and the stable's just built from there. Without good clients and good stock in the stable, you can't get the results that we've been able to achieve. So it's been really good, the support that we've had, and that's just continued to grow.
You've had a great winter, probably headlined by Scallopini's heart-stopping Hinkler Handicap win. Can you talk us through that race and what you thought of that first up performance?
Yeah, look, obviously really impressive winning first up in the Hinkler. He can be a horse that sometimes can be a little bit steady to jump from the gates, and he actually began really well, and from a nice gate that day he was able to hold a position sort of midfield, and at the top of the straight he needed to sort of angle out and get to the outside, but once he got to the opening he really stretched out well late and found the line well, and it was a pretty impressive first up win.
3 out third, Fiery Heights. Over on the inside, Free of Debt, Emerald Kingdom. Down the outside of the Zorsmanov, and Ring goes the Rock Stars over on the inside, but hitting the leaders, Boom Talas, the inside Tarzan. Down the outside of Scallopini, Boom Talas the leader, late Scallopini, Boom Talas in front, Scallopini is thrusting. Oh, it's a photo finish here between Scallopini, Boomtown Lass.
Yeah, look, he is obviously best suited around that sort of 12 to 1400 metre range. But he was tested over 1600 metres, sort of back when he was a 3-year-old, but I don't think he quite runs out the mile. So we'll keep him to those sprint trips, and whether it's fresh up in a campaign at the 1200 or whether he gets a little bit deeper in and he's looking for that 1400, he's definitely suitable at either distance.
Got a Kiss solidified herself as one of our top 2-year-olds. Talk us through that super impressive run in the JJ.
Yeah, look, was really impressed. It was she was obviously on the back up from the Bill Carter, the Phillies race the week before, where she was a little bit unlucky to run third. Look, super run. There was obviously big field and plenty of pressure on up front. She just came back from a wide gate and sort of settled back towards the tail of the field, but look, pulled a huge amount of ground off from late to run on to run second, and just really capped off a really good year for her. She was obviously a filly who was right there at the first trials leading into the first 2-year-old race, which obviously she won the fillies division in early October, and to go right through and have 8 runs as a 2-year-old and end up getting a Group 1 placing next to her name. She's done a really super job.
Just in front is Wisdom of Water. Down the outside is Rothfire. Between them is Isotope, and running home is McCrura. But Rothfire's hit the lead in the Group 1. Opened up a length and a half clear. Wisdom of Water can't go with Rothfire. Down the outside is McCrura. Further out to the drinks cart, but it's all Rothfire and the thriller from Chinchilla. He's a Group 1 winner, and Rothfire Brewers won it by 3. Got a Kiss, catch up the run second.
Steph Thornton's apprentice to yourself. She's obviously proving to be, a real combination, success for the stable. Can you give us a bit of insight into that relationship and where you see her talent taking her?
Yeah, look, Steph obviously come to us at the start of the new racing season last August, and the association come through her brother Boris, who's obviously ridden for the stable for the last few seasons, and Steph's just fitted in really well. She's she's a really good horse person. She's a good track work rider at home, and seems to have really got on well with my horses, and she's a lovely patient rider, and that's typically how we like to sort of ride our horses in races. So she's obviously coming out of her time now, Steph, and with having outridden a claim, which she's done a huge job to be able to do that in the sort of 8 or 9 months that she's been here in Brisbane. So there's no reason why she's not going to continue that form through as a senior rider now here in Brisbane.
Inside is Royal Witness, Hard Stride, Jami Lady coming through, Wern Parr, Ozark is making ground back nearer the inside, Royal Witness Piracy, Jami Lady down the outside, Ozark the the inside. Royal Witness, Jami Lady. Jami Lady's grabbed the lead. Later's Ozark. Jami Lady's in front though. Jami Lady defeats Ozark.
Yeah, look, she was good first up. Had her share of weight that day and did have the luxury of having a good gate. She was able to box heat just behind the speed, and it was good to see her get the job done. She has a good first up record, but in saying that, she's always a mare that takes good benefit from her first few runs. She always usually has a good blow after a race, and certainly racing brings her fitness on. So she showed nice improvement from that first up run. Goes to open company for the first time, but she's going to get a bit of weight relief going to open grade. So expect her to be a really good winning chance on Saturday.
Meanwhile, Char Shah and Zaphonic Dancer battling it out. Trevelyan's looking for a gap. Reckless Choice running on. They're putting in their runs together now, the big guns. Reckless Choice on the outside sweeps to the lead. Trevelyan tries to go with it, but Reckless Choice is too good. Reckless Choice got the money from Trevelyan, Char Shah and Zaphonic Dancer.
Look, I was really happy with his first up run. It's the first time he'd gone first up 1400 metres and just probably peaked on his run a little bit late. Was a little bit disappointed in him last start. I just think the really firm track on Strayback Day didn't really suit him, and he just didn't really let down to the line. So I think getting out to the mile is going to suit, and he's typically a horse that as he gets sort of deeper into his prep, his form sort of improves as well. So didn't have a great sort of first and second up record. So I expect him to show good improvement on Saturday.